ICP holders, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. Thank you for all the love that you guys show on these daily updates that I'm bringing you guys. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel and your bell icon is on so you're notified every time I make an upload for you guys. But yeah, let's take a look at what's happening with Internet Computer as we are going into Thursday morning. You can see for yourself we're up 21.3% over the last 24 hours. So quite a nice jump for Internet Computer right now, but you're also seeing Quant up, Trump Coin, ZK, Zcash, but very impressive move with ICP. Yes, we did see a little bit of a pullback yesterday. We discussed that obviously in the market analysis update, but things are picking up. The momentum still carrying on. Now, if you're looking at it on a weekly time frame, this is where things look really interesting. ICP is up 103%, which is absolutely amazing to see. But let's take a closer look at it and see what's happening. Before we do that, as always, just a quick disclaimer, anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So the price of Internet Computer has been able to make its way back above $6. You can see for yourself $6.15 as we're recording this update. Also up 20% on the Bitcoin side of things, with the valuation at $3.3 billion and the 24-hour trading volume at about 700 million. What is really interesting to take a look at right now is $3.3 billion valuation, and on a weekly time frame it's up more than 100%. So where was the valuation before this? At $1.5 billion. One thing that a lot of people are forgetting is, in terms of an opportunity standpoint for a lot of altcoins, it's there right now. And valuations, and if you want to put it in like obviously if you want to quote it as like a discount, it's definitely there because Internet Computer was literally sitting at 1.5 billion valuation almost, or I think even lower than that, like 1.3 billion, sorry. And now you could see how fast things are turned around, and people are getting insanely excited, but we need to understand where it was prior to this move. And I can list so many other projects as well. But Internet Computer is showing some very impressive price action. Again, are we about to see a Zcash type of move, or a Dash type of move? People are saying, based off of what I've been reading in the comments or on crypto Twitter or within the ICP community. Obviously, you gotta you gotta realize in the Internet Computer community is going to be biased at the end of the day. But what I'm noticing is some people are saying no. People are finally finding the potential of Internet Computer and they are getting in. But again, we'll see what happens. Yes, I've highlighted to you guys before they are having enhancements for their overall infrastructure of their blockchain, obviously adding new features to it, so on and so forth. But in terms of institutional interest or whale interest, that could also be behind this move right now that we're seeing with Internet Computer. But let's take a closer look and see what's happening. You can see for yourself a Bitcoin dominance. We haven't really come close to, where we were on, the 4th of November, where we went up to 61.3%. We did come down to 60.4%, but you can see things are picking up a little bit. And that is due to, Bitcoin seeing, a little bit of a cool off over the last few hours. You can see for yourself. I did mention this in my H bar update if you did end up watching it. But, Bitcoin price did come up to 104,400. We got rejected at that key range. You can see, we're seeing a little bit of a minor pullback, which caused the dominance to go up, and that has caused the altcoins to see some red across the board. But again, if you did watch the market analysis update, at this point, you guys know what I personally think. If you did not watch it, no problem. I still think, even if the price of Bitcoin is able to, rebound up to like $107,000, I'm still not buying it. We need to get back above the 23.6 and, reclaim back above our confirmation at 117. For me personally to be bullish, till then, I still think there is more downside, specifically below $100,000 for Bitcoin. But yeah, with that said, let's take a look at what's happening with ICP. Internet Computer right now is pretty much back to, where we were prior to this retracement that we did see just a few hours back. But again, continuous reminder to you guys, look at the volume spike. This is something that is beyond interesting to see here. But let's take a closer look at Internet Computer on an hourly perspective and see, what's really happening. So you can see for yourself, like I mentioned, we did see a retracement, a pullback after the price of Internet Computer reached the $6.60 price point, which is literally yesterday. I'm sorry, the day before yesterday, we saw cool off of about, you could say, 28%. And again, people need to realize that is a normal. That is more than normal, because literally on Halloween, you could have gotten Internet Computer around this price point and you saw an increase of 130%. So a 30% pullback, is very normal. But you could see what's very impressive is, Bitcoin only go has gone up maybe like 3%, and yet you're seeing internet computer picking up traction once again, up 32.17% just since last night, which is absolutely crazy to look at. But with that being said, let's take a closer look at ICP and see, what are some of the next levels to be looking out for. Clearly look at it for yourself where we are currently, finding ourselves at. We're obviously retesting key resistance. I've talked to you guys about this key resistance before. Pretty much throughout the year of 2025, you could say we've been having a hard time breaking out of this key range, and that exact resistance right now is playing as, a hurdle for the price. You could see for yourself. That's exactly where we are. If this is able to, push towards the upside, I personally think, internet computer could start pushing up to the likes of the $7.14. Again, a level that we haven't seen since February. Things are starting to heat up with ICP. Yes, it's a nice correction, but it held its ground, and it's picking up back to pretty much where it was. And I think breaking above that $7 price point that I've just mentioned, $7 42 cents to be exact, breaking above here, I think could really start taking internet computer back up to this $9.83 for the first time since the beginning of the year. So I'm very impressed with the way things are moving right now, but make sure you guys are not ignoring the market conditions, especially to the people that got in early on, and that are sitting on massive amounts of profits. Obviously, if you are in it for the long haul, you don't really care, and then at that point it goes unsaid. Patience is your number one key to follow. But if you want to lock those profits in, then make sure you do that. You don't wait for others to do it for you, because that can cause a snowball effect. But very impressed with the way ICP is moving right now. Still, a part of me thinks that it is market makers. But again, let me know in the comments down below what you guys personally think. And again, you cannot ignore altcoins haven't really had their time. So maybe internet computer is having its time right now. And I know a lot of people are probably wondering, well, there's a lot of other coins that are not having their time. But if you've been a follower on the Crypto ZX channel from day one, I've told you guys about sometimes some projects have, bullish momentum before some of the other ones. So right now you're looking at ICP moving, you're looking at Dash moving, Zcash, so on and so forth. But maybe, when these other coins start moving, some of these coins will lag, maybe meaning, altcoin allocation will go into them. But again, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Very impressed with the way internet computer is moving, with these market conditions. We're going to keep you guys updated. We'll see you later in Crypto ZX and peace.